Okay, so a lot happened last time. Some things occurred. And now we gotta figure out what's going on. Wow, hi music, how are you? Now I gotta find out what's going on with this whole Crusade camp. Okay, well, first, do we talk to your? I can't talk to Erebeth? Oh no, I can't. Okay. I was talking to her at the end of last time, I believe. Oh, I got Corazon already. That Crusader is gonna walk that path and no one's gonna stand in their way. Alright, let's see what Nenio's gonna say. Okay. Okay, I do like Nenio. But, oh, right, we got stuff now. Not sure interviewing either of those entities will go well. They don't seem the most, social? Okay, I was not ready for Earbeth to just take off after me. Oh, right, we were named Commander, weren't we? Oh, jeez. Well, let's see what she's got in her tent. We're just gonna... Mine and Ivia's tent. We're both used to traveling, but the Queen insists our tent to be furnished with commanding officers. And it's a good deal if you can get it. Earthbreaker. Is it just like a mall? Looks like it's a mall. Alright. I'm taking your goal. Motion protection versus chaos? Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, okay. That's a whole thing. That's the best, clean and neatly made. Only commanding officers are allowed such luxury during marches. Yeah, it seems like kind of a... What if I half plate? Okay, so we're still getting the benefits of the party, even though we're hanging out here. Probably because we're like in a hub. A hub. I really am gonna say the B on that. Definitely a vigor. It's +2 with +2 constitution. Oh, God, I was trying to get me to level them up with the I can't remember the mythic path. Got it. Nailed it. Hmm. And now another upstart commander. I cannot even argue with that. You know, yeah, but ooh, yellow box over here. I could see a loot from farther away than people. Let's go around. I'm just gonna loot the whole camp. Cold Iron Longswords are good, but we've already got like Masterwork Ruin and Chapel Town. What's going on here? We outfitted this tent to be used as our chapel. Even less pious crusaders will come here to say their prayers when the final battle is upon us. I've seen it happen in my previous campaigns. Wow, there's a lot of... All these must be like for different... Yeah.
Let's see what we can do.
If hunting's a good one to have on your side when you're on the move with a large force you need to feed. I thought this was going to be a lot of talking to people, but apparently it's going to be a lot of looting the camp. I didn't bother. It's supposed to be like Basic coal iron stuff. Alright, what do we got for field medic? This is the field hospital. Alas, the clerics of Knepper suffered especially heavy losses, so we're in desperate need of healers. We are few, but the gods are with us. The prayers of good people around the world are with us. Okay, that's... Melia's in here. Yeah, no, that's not what I expected. That's my confusion at her location. A stout old man with a fuzzy gray beard greets you with a deep bow. Well met, Commander. Caused quite the stir. Everyone thought Knebris was done for, but the gods had other plans. There was quite a blaze over the Grey Garrison. All the vermin running out with their tails between their legs. How'd you end up here? Everyone hears a story like that. Mine is a rather boring one. Believe it or not, it was bureaucracy. When the old rector of the Knepper's Temple died, may Abadar rest his soul, the church required a replacement. I volunteered and served for 30 years without incident. I prayed, organized festivals and funerals, bought candles, sanctified water, boring mundane things that make up the daily routine of civilized society. But then civilized society failed. It was time for me to go to war. It was Abadar who led me through the ruins to the Defender's Heart. Okay, I'm confident what kind of help I can expect from them. Where's Neros? Yeah. Better recruits, but that's alright. We'll bring up the speed. Yeah, well. So why did I got 99 experience, I guess, for... Stop laughing. Oh, a group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully and passing around a flask. So picture this. My sword is by the fire. There's 2 goblins about to snatch it, and 3 more are digging through my tent. I'm sat in the bushes wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. The old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me not to go into the bushes without my sword. So what did you do? What did I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know. So they all went wild and started running around. I spot my sword, and they spot me. So I jump over the fire, wearing nothing but my mail shirt. I grab my sword, I yell in my big tough voice, "Oh, Inheritor, grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures." My sword's shining, the goblins are screaming, I jump to attack them, and they fight back. I fought them off somehow. But ever since then, I never take a step without my weapon. Zila takes a sip from the flask. That's some story. Hey, stop gulping, leave some for us. We've only just set off when you're already drinking, and with the queen in the camp? Stop this at once. Knights quickly snap to attention. Zila raises the flask and says loudly, "You are, Commander Tirabed. We are but drinking to the queen's health." Yeah, let's show some discipline. Zila becomes serious and puts the flask away. "My apologies, Commander." Better. You're a paladin in an army, not a mercenary on a raiding party. Make sure you act like it. Yeah, we don't need to get too frivolous here. What's here? We got beer, Alcada. There's Lon. Anything to say, Lon? Oh, I'm making you talk over other people. Actually, the Knight Commander commands the Knights really fast. I almost twisted my tongue. Alright, so yeah, Lon's having his usual issues with life. Yes, push-ups don't count like you do when you're full kit. Well, I bet their hands are cold. One of them's wearing gloves and one of them isn't. I feel like the one that isn't is cool. Okay, let's go.
Here we go.
Yep, just stuff. Was it Pearl? Yeah. There's Ember. These are the fighters of the Eagle Watch. I personally chose every one of them that's standing here. I'm ready to vouch for each of them. Ember's, yeah, giving her awkward encouragement. I find it interesting that so many of them refer to her as little girl. She's an elf. Like, it's not a hidden fact. Why does the storyteller keep exploding? The old elf smiles when he hears your footsteps. Allow me to congratulate you on your victory, and on acquiring mythical powers capable of casting down the strongest of demons. That is something that's generally worth a little high five. I got the page you were looking for from the Great Garrison. Storyteller carefully takes the page from your hands. His fingers touch the ancient letters gently, examining them lightly, following their lines. You see, myself, young, energetic, able to see. God, if I found the key to my past, finally I'll find out what my own mind has been hiding from me. The elf's expression becomes withdrawn. The wrinkles on his face soften. Thank you, Revik, and please follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together. Oh god, the storyteller inhales sharply a few times and begins his story. Alright, strap it in. They are leaving. The people of Kyonin faced the coming Earthfall and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers, all of them hurried to the gate to Sovrian, looking around fearfully. A clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Golarion. I am ashamed. I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of the catastrophe, but my will is strong. I am staying. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook with a tree bark cover, in case you change your mind. With a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watched the gate of the Sovrian stone close, separating me from them. It's time for me to go too. Open my master's notebook. These are his notes about traveling between worlds, in case you change your mind. He hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily will be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Sovrian. It will never happen. My mouth sets stubbornly. I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. Yeah, I don't think Revik would ask any of these questions, except for what happened next. Earthfall happened at night. I'm standing at the top of my tower, many miles to the north of Kyonin. I see a blaze far in the south. I hear a horrendous rumble. The air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock, rushing down on my world. And then, a blow. Vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Golarion and up to the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels, filling my eyes with darkness, drowning in timelessness along with countless denizens of Golarion. Never before have we been so united in our feeling. When I come round, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I'm blind. But no, little by little, I begin to see the stone wall. I am alive. Why is it so dark? The answer is quick. The smell of ash everywhere. Great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Aslan. Great clouds of ash cover the sky, cut us off from the sun and the moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earth fall, proudly, like the last Archmage of Kyonin should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No, that will never happen. I'm still alive, and I can fight Earthfall and the darkness, not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. What can I do? I will not stop the disaster. I'll hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I'm but one Archmage, powerful and weak at the same time. Yeah, what is Earthfall? A disaster of untold proportions, an unborn planet dropped on Galarian by blind fate or someone's evil will. A blow so strong that the continent of Aslantis, destroyed within moments, turned to ashes, wiped off the face of Galarian. In this burnt sacrifice, clouds of ash and dust are born, stealing our sun. Without the warmth of our star, the air cools, the soil is barren, dark creatures crawl out of their layers to rule. And the most frightening thing? Without the sun, all hope dies in the heart. This is the age of darkness. You gotta kindle the fire. That's my understanding. That solves most Age of Darkness problems. Oh, I guess just delays them. You know how it goes. What are you gonna do next? Oh no, I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. Yeah, you're talking like... like you're just gonna punch the moon as it falls to the planet. Like, what's... Yeah, that much stronger than you is an apt summary. Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to a shout. It is merciless! It does not simply destroy life, it kills an era, and in the greatness of Galarian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think! The elf suddenly winces and is silent for a few moments as he calms his heavy breathing. Forgive me, I shouldn't have raised my voice. This story is much harder than many before it, most likely because I played the main role in it. It's so strange to see myself, feel the emotions tearing me up inside, those that I felt a long time ago, not remember them. Like I split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and we will find out how my story ended, and perhaps even why I forgot it. Alright. Okay, he wished me interesting adventures, not like successful or good ones. Let's go to the commander's tent. Now I've done like a lab. Oh, look at all the loot in here. You know, I gotta at least check. There's a lot here. Protection from evil? Yeah, give me those. What commander's chest? Okay, this must be added to my personal storage. Yeah, that's where I have some of the other stuff. We can probably... What I need to do is I need to sell a bunch of this crap. I don't know where merchants are yet, so I guess we'll just have to, we'll have to stash it. There we go. Stash all the stuff that we need to liquidate. Ever-burning torches. Do we need ever-burning torches? Keep some. Okay, we're just above medium. Threshold for medium, so let's just drop a few more things. Now we're nice and lightened up. Let's see. I guess we'll ask the queen what's going on. The queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she just announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move, and now awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds.
Well, I have been finding some provided funds here and there around the camp, so...
I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation.
Yeah, shutting that down is a good deal.
A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziel Vainik.
Okay, so she's a historian, he's a cleric. It might be nice to have, like, I guess he's like a replacement healer for, what's his face? Party dude, I can't remember his name now.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
Is that because they don't want to say Leota?
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons! I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it!
It's just all the Pathfinder video games gonna have a halfling bard.
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, his trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
I guess that's right. Lon is my trusted advisor and companion. Maybe not just ask her if she knows about the angels and the Wardstone. That seems like a weird way to initiate a conversation. And again, fourth option here, just dropping weird stuff on the queen when it's like, we got a crusade to worry about. Like, this isn't... Let's talk about how I didn't expect to be commander.
Some actions may be deemed bold or even extreme, and beyond those, there are some you might call the Queen's last resort. I am not a simple monarch. I am at war with the Abyss, a war which has lasted over 100 years. I cannot allow myself the luxury of caution. In you, I see a chance, and I am willing to stake everything on it.
In me, you see a chance. Did you... You probably should have seen me do more than, like, 2 things, because Revit can't do anything. He fails like 1/3 of his religion rolls, despite that being like his main skill. He can't roll an attack roll to literally save his life. Saving throws, oof, don't even start on those.
However, you cannot blame me for putting you in charge of the crusade.
What do you mean?
I only formalized what had already happened in the hearts and minds of many. People spoke of the power that descended upon you and helped you save the Wardstones from corruption and total destruction. Word of this feat quickly spread far beyond the borders of Mendev. There was no other person who could better fit the role of Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
That's not how commanding works. Like, I show up, blow up a building. That does not make me even kind of qualified to lead personnel in battle. If anything, that might imply I'm a threat to my allies. If what happens when we get on the battlefield, I just blow up with divine energy and they get thrown around. This queen's got some problems. Alright, what are you gonna do?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
Oh, sorry, Your Majesty. God forbid that we coordinate so I understand my place in this plan. Why would I ask her to I don't understand this. It's a good action to ask her to stay with us. But like, we have other people and places to deal with. I don't know what I don't see. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one. It doesn't make any sense to me. If she has to go prepare defenses, I don't see why she would. Is it a good act? I'm gonna hit it. I'm just kind of curious.
I hear a polite attempt to appeal to the conscience of an old sovereign.
Not what? No.
I don't know if you realize what you're suggesting. If our enemies in the depths of the wound were to discover that I was with your army, they would immediately send their most vicious demons to attack. They would stop at nothing to be rid of me, and thereby sow chaos across Mendev. But you are right. I shouldn't be sitting it out in the rear. I am a warrior queen, and a queen of warriors. Yet my fighters have forgotten what I look like. Fine. I shall join the crusade, but on my own terms. First, I shall assemble my entourage and lead the parade out of the camp. I shall catch up with you later, along with a few hand-picked bodyguards. We'll change our armor, and I'll become a knight of a minor order and join the troops incognito.
Okay, I'm starting to understand what this conversation was leading towards then. I guess someone else can handle the defenses back at Neon Sound. It's Nerosian. Yeah.
Until we approach Dresden, no one should know I am among you. But before we storm the city, I shall show myself to the troops and join the battle. Let it be a surprise for the demons. I hope you won't complain of my company on the road, Commander, since you were the one who insisted upon it. Do you have any other questions?
Nope. Think we're good. I mean, I suppose now that the conversation has like gone a little bit, I could ask her about all the celestial stuff. So let's just see what she says about that. You know what, the souls of the angels?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first wardstone in Kenobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess after all, not to question her works.
I'm atheist.
Nevertheless, I am
Replicants.
pleased that you solved the mystery of the Wardstone in Kinobris and were able to save this gift of Iomedae. It was a deed worthy of a Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
Again, that isn't. That doesn't make a knight commander. You people have strange officers. All right. Unusual gift in the caves with Kinebris. Yeah, we saw the vision of L'Oreal. He was worth it.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the world wound grew and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on their special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
I'm not sure those are the times that we need right now. Okay, let's talk about Dresden.
Of course. I shall answer.
Who do I have?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit.
You've always thought that an army should have just one unit of people who don't know what they're doing. Solid.
These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
What long-term goals?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed. The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened.
I mean, that makes sense. I imagine it's not very easy to get there.
The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold, the very threshold of the Abyss.
Yep, we'll just go do that then.
Wonderful. Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable. Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did,
There he
though I
is.
did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, he has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
Are we just bullying him?
It is a great honor, I suppose.
Um... None of these, I don't feel like any of these options fit Revik. So we'll just go with the most neutrally positive one of that's a great idea.
I knew you would approve, Commander. I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the Commander may remove you from your post. But I trust that you will dutifully fulfill his orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation, including all of your devoted admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Your largesse truly knows no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
Then let's get going. May Iyomade help us.
May Iyomade help Darren. He doesn't want anything to do with this. Oh, I had to talk to the army quartermaster? Shit. Did I screw something up? Oh, so... I guess we're just... Alright, we got a number of things we gotta get done this chapter. Oddly enough, including making it to Dresden. That makes sense. Because there's way of the commander, right. Sauciel is the cleric? Yeah, and then I guess the Inquisitor Chief. Okay. We need to wipe out the band of cultists and find the lost. Okay, so I didn't believe that military commander's success is built on their intellect, insight, or personal courage. However, all these qualities are useless if the leader lacks the one that matters the most: unshakable authority among the rank and file. Ensure that they follow orders quickly and without question. The commander assumed control of the Crusader army only recently, and he will quickly master the art of managing a military host. Yeah, no kidding. It's almost like I wasn't trained for this. Commander's early successes or failures in his new post will determine whether the soldiers trust his leadership or lose faith in him. So, we can capture and eliminate cultists. And we're about to pass through an lost artifact area. Spend some time carefully exploring the right bank of the... That is so specific. That's bizarre. But yeah, okay, so he wants pages. Oh, right, revive the ancient artifact, 5 vials of magic essence. That's what I need magic essence for. Never get enough. That'll be free. And Nevi's here. What's she have to say? Nevia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Great Garrison end? Heard the rumors, of course. It's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You have no idea what cobblers the Crusaders say about you. Some say that Almade came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died, and an honest-to-God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still, others say it was just an explosion in an alchemist's lab, and I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish. But you know, you really have changed since the Great Garrison. It's hard to describe. But you've become kinda... Nevia waves her hand, trying to find the word. More charismatic. More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander. But Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or to yourself. See, she gets it. Like, unknown power isn't necessarily a good thing. Also, Revok, not what I would consider dangerous. Again, giving past records. I have to go. Alright, time to visit the camp. The League of the Inspiring Cart. Oh, that's right. They're still running around. Leador, what do you got? Commander, a tall man with piercing yellow-green eyes gives you a brief nod. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title, and thank you for your time in advance. I'm Leodor Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Iomedae, the Bringer of Light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young Count Darren Aaron. Oh, Jesus. Ugh. I can't imagine that Darren and Inquisitors are a good mix. But I passed a knowledge world check for once, so we will ask if he's one of Prelate Holrun's followers, because that was a little mess as well. Space freezes for a moment, but he nods. Yes, of course. That's... What is your opinion on his atrocities? Yeah, let's lean into that. He's silent for a while. Usually people reveal such things about themselves only to their confessor, not to some curious stranger. Still, I did ask for your help, and that imposes certain obligations upon me. Let me put it like this. I spent enough years by Prelate Holrun's side to learn how to keep him from going over the line. The Prelate is an extraordinary man, but he has fallen prey to his own paranoia and monumental sense of responsibility, which has gradually eroded his razor-sharp mind. He has witnessed so much hideous darkness that he now sees it in every shadow. Yet his strength was, and still is, a shield for all the people of Mendev. That is my opinion. His comrades and advisors are necessary to prevent him from making unforgivable mistakes. Yeah, thanks for that. Oh, you don't want to discuss this again? Yeah, I bet. Alright, so what brings you here? I ask you to assist the Church of Iomedae in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of the crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I'm calling upon you. The Inquisitor's open face instantly reveals his feelings. He frowns and looks through you, lost in his thoughts for a moment. I suppose you've already heard about Count Arende's story. I refer to the tragedy at the Heaven's Edge estate. Did I? I don't remember. Tell me about it. About 10 years ago, several powerful demons managed to penetrate the Wardstone barrier and commit mass murder of all the guests who attend the feast and celebration of young Darren's birthday. That does sound vaguely familiar, although that could just be because it sounds kind of generic. The unknown magical disease that had wiped out the whole estate in less than a day. That was not a unique case in itself. Yeah, see, he gets it. Demons had attempted such raids on Mendevian lands before, but they had never dared target such a well-protected place. The Arende family was exceptionally rich. The estate was protected by elite bodyguards. There were several strong and righteous paladins among the guests. Moreover, the revered Nestrin, Darren's tutor, was one of the most powerful priests of Iomedae in the vicinity. All of them died, nonetheless, except for the young Count, who had suddenly manifested his outstanding sacred healing powers. Was that a divine miracle or curse? That remains to be seen. You're going to investigate it? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendev before the World Wound, and yet on that day it turned into a labyrinthian house of horrors, like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. I was the only person left alive, a young boy with newfound talent for divine magic. Why didn't nobody send to Knabris for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead, with their heads cut off. We got into the estate. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate, who are said to be immune to any disease? The demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defenses. Why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? Yeah, no, these are questions to be asked. We're the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently serving in your army. The army's route will take you near to the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He's unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside, and in any case he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, he'll be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and myriad loopholes in human lives that the forces of evil can use to their advantage. I'm not sure which one of those led to the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid, the kind Crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I'm asking for your help. We cannot be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. Now, my question initially is he more worried about what the demons could be capable of in terms of that kind of attack again, or is he more worried about how or why Darren survived it? I'm gonna ask the question, Darren, because even if he did, we both know he'd say no. What do you expect to find now? I was a young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then. I have paid dearly for that. Doctor makes a vague gesture, pointing at his scars. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Almost all of them required me to be physically present in the place where the event in question happened. That is why I must return to Heaven's Edge. I don't like it. At the very least, I'd rather talk to Darren first. I don't like how there isn't like a we'll talk about it later option here. Because, like, on one hand, you know, we have potential threats. The mystery of why Darren's alive. And we've all seen the character sheet. He's evil. But there's also, it's like, is it a good idea if he is innocent? Is it a good idea to try and force those traumas on him again? Although I suppose maybe I mean, I guess we could always say that we'll help him, and then we can always just not do it. So, what do you need me to do? Now, I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him that you wish to see Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I will join your escort when it's time to travel to the estate. When I get there, I will also require your help in the investigation. You'll have to follow me, observe my actions as an independent witness. That sounds sketchy as hell. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. I'll remain here for a while. Okay, well we need to talk to Darren about this.
Can't make the demons wait.
Osio also talk to me.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you.
A young
Thank you for
cleric.
taking the time to talk to me.
A young cleric stands before an easel, his brush hovering over the canvas without touching it. Instead of painting, the young man absent-mindedly gazes at the sky of Canibris, which is still streaked with towering plumes of black smoke. Finally, he notices you and smiles, shaking off his stupor.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
What'd you want to talk about?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort.
That's pretty reasonable.
I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful. You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
You're all idiots. Oh, there's loot. 8 gold. I could guess a third of a person. Hey, Dayran, I was just talking about you. Wow, imagine just going straight into... I'd love to visit Heaven's Edge. Are you deliberately trying Queen Galfrey's patience? Does it even matter? All of Mendevian high society has declared war on me. They either despise me or they're trying to steer me back onto the right path. I'm doing everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish the prospect of all the fun this mess in Knebris will bring. Grins from ear to ear. I shall either commission a song about the great Knebris fiasco from a certain talented bard, or confuse the jewelers with a rather tall order. A batch of silver dragon toys with detachable heads. Give me a week and they'll be in every shop in the capital. Oh. Aaron's great. If I was a different character, our characters would be getting along fantastically. But try not to mock the dragon that died. She's dead. She doesn't really care. I shall enjoy 3 or 4 minutes of rather pleasant thoughts about the rage of those sanctimonious fools who pestered me the most. Fair enough. So how do you like your new role? He winces. You also enjoy poking me with that stick, don't you? Imagine it. Me, a crusader. My dearest cousin hoped to teach me a lesson. She managed it perfectly. An assignment I couldn't avoid without losing face. This idiotic journey leading straight to the demon's maws. I could have been on a pleasure boat right now, with the loveliest songstricks and pitex on my arm, and a bottle of the finest Kionan wine to keep us company. Incidentally, I blame you for all this. Well, actually, I think Cousin Galfrey is to blame for everything that's happened to me, and I suppose some of my misdeeds could be considered my own fault. But I can hardly be expected to take responsibility, can I? Certainly not. Therefore, I shall lay all the blame at your door, and plot my revenge. Did you also receive any of that power? Looks like it. I genuinely hoped that getting away from you would be the end of it. If your gift truly did come from Amode, then giving me a smidgen of that power was a very subtle joke on her part. I had no idea that our divine library of Mendev even had a sense of humor. Don't get me started on my many acts of sacrilege against her. That obscene engraving, the truth about the test of the Star Zone, is the tamest one by far. I want to ask you some personal questions. You can try. Yeah, let's ask him about his healing. If you really want to try out everything life has to offer, you also have to understand how to deal with the consequences. And I'm not talking about a simple hangover, mind you. Yeah. He's got the right attitude for what he's going for. What do you cherish most in life? There are far too many things I cherish to fit them all into a single conversation. Believe it or not, but I might be one of the most life-living people you've ever known. Aaron smiles. His eyes are gleaming with something different from his usual impudence and irony. There's a dreamy air about him all of a sudden. I rarely meet anyone who embraces the joys of living as enthusiastically as myself. There are so many exciting and beautiful things in the world. It should be illegal to waste your time on anything you do not enjoy. And I am not afraid to repeat that to anyone's face, should it be this Gari and his demonic herd, Ariamade, the Lightbringer herself. You know, he doesn't play favorites when on in the struggle for good and evil. I heard some stories about the tragedy that fell your family. You don't feel obliged to offer me your insincere condolences on this unfortunate occasion. My whole family, my entire noble line, they all died. Demons are to blame. It's not like I actually loved any of my relatives, except for my mother, but what's gone is gone. The family crypts are full of corpses, all covered in dust and the shadows of the past. I'm not going to ask if he enjoys being mean to everyone. He doesn't do things he doesn't enjoy. No more questions, I guess. See, I'm torn between. Because I was hoping I could talk to Darren about the Inquisitor, but I like if there's something that could be helpful there for either, you know, the Crusade or for Darren. I'd like to go there and fix it and, you know, do what we can. On the other hand, I don't want this game to force me to be sneaky and try to, like, betray Darren. But let's just hope it doesn't come to that and tell him that we'd love to visit Heaven's Edge. Oh, I was just about to mention it myself. I've been thinking. I'm in the middle of this whole crusade nonsense. I simply must devise new ways to have fun. With all the recent commotion, my birthday completely slipped my mind. We were to celebrate at Heaven's Edge, not far from here, and you'll get to enjoy a banquet in a bona fide haunted house. You took that very well. Now is he setting a trap? I don't know. I'm interested though. Darren seems to have trouble getting the words out, which clearly indicates how rarely he has to ask for anything. Since you're my superior and I'm your advisor, I am obliged to ask your permission to leave for the festivities, and I want to invite you too. I'm sure the commander can free up an afternoon while the soldiers are on leave. Good deal. Let's do it. Perfect. You'll have a ball. I'll make sure of it. Something strange flickers in Darren's smile. I should go. Yeah, let's go. Where's Lon at? Lon's usually. Oh, there's Seela. Does she have anything to say about what's going on?
Hello. So, what do you reckon about everything that's come crashing down on us? All the responsibility, command, this new power?
Seela, crashing down on us is not a good choice of words. We literally met when we were swallowed by the earth. I haven't figured it out yet. We'll see what happens next. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Watching and waiting is a good strategy. Probably. I'm still frightened by what happened in the Grey Garrison. Were we really chosen? By Iomade herself? You know, back when I was a snot-nosed kid who just started down the path to becoming a paladin, I imagined once or twice that I was going to do something heroic. The lights would shine down on me, the trumpets would sing, I'd hear the voice of the goddess, or at least her herald, you know? I'd be informed that I had been chosen for a great cause. But that's the point where my imagination always failed me. Somehow, it really happened. Without all the trumpets or the herald or even anyone explaining what I had to do. Though it's clear as day, my place is here, in this demon-ridden wound. Quite a lovely war going on, in fact. Endless, I hear. I'm gonna need some time to wrap my head around this. Spare me an hour and I'll crawl into some dark corner and whine about my hard lot. What can I tell you? I cry easily.
Good talk. Oh, there's a box I haven't opened. Oh yeah, I guess we'll grab it. We'll grab cooking ingredients. You. Yeah, I thought I was remembering that correctly. You guys all have nothing to say. Camellia. Oh, Horgus is here. And a box. Horgus. Horgus Grim has been expecting you, thumb stuck in his belt. There you are. I've been waiting. As you see, I too have joined the crusade. I don't know how to swing the sword, but war is costly and I have money. Besides, my intellect and business sense may prove useful even on the battlefield. I will not argue that. Besides, I believe... Horgus shifts awkwardly from foot to foot. I believe I owe you an apology. The way I behaved was rude, ill-mannered. You are an honest and honorable person. You have clawed your way up from the bottom of society to the title of Knight Commander. You are friends with Queen Galfrey herself. Such persistence deserves respect. Horgus tilts his head in a brief acknowledgement of your merits. Please, allow me to give you this magic amulet from my humble personal treasury to mark our future cooperation. The Amulet of Blackened Mirror. You just gave me a curse. You can't fool me. Yeah, there's nothing here that Revik wants to pry into. Take a look at that amulet, though. Whenever the wearer of this amulet uses a hex, the DC saving throw gets is increased by 1. Hey, Ember. Hey, there you go.
Beautiful.
Camellia. Greetings. The neat smile on Camelia's lips disappears so quickly you almost wonder if you imagined it. Yeah, we've already covered how she's Horgus' daughter. Like, we can... Nothing really new going on there. Halo, who are you? Halo nods approvingly. You've earned the title of Commander. Ember still stands thanks to you, but you'll have to be doubly on your guard. Your eminence places a target on your back and there are assassins about. Are you at the inn? I don't remember. Killing a high-ranking crusader would bring a demon far more prestige than killing a common soldier. Not long ago, I stymied a few of the Spinner of Nightmares' attempts on the lives of influential crusaders, so I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, tell me about the Spinner of Nightmares. It's a long story, telling you everything would take 2 days. Which part do you want to know? We'll talk about this later. We need good training, though. I'll get a great mentor from Absalom. For the first few times, he'll train your fighters free of charge. Oh. Okay, we can retrain characters. That's good to know. Come on. What brings you here? What do you think of what happened to the Grey Garrison? It's hard not to notice when the demons start running away from you like a flock of frightened bats. Power is granted by Amade to defeat demons. Lon raises his hand above his head and pensively scratches behind his single horn. Since I was a kid, I've taken whatever I've been given and used it as best I can. Anything goes when you're trying to survive. It doesn't matter where your blessings come from. We can think about that when we're old, if we live that long. But you know, this time even I'm not so sure. Divine power that just appears out of nowhere, sooner or later we'll have to pay for it. I'd like to know what the price will be. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, let's ask about risking your life. To invent a new salad and have it named after me, Lana remarks grimly. Then he sighs. Truth be told, I don't know. It'd be much easier if all I really wanted was to kill demons, then a few more demons, then more demons after that. Good, honest rage, and no needless brooding. I actually envy the warriors who can live like that. But I can't. If life's taught me anything, it's that there are no easy choices. Dying a glorious death isn't enough. Some heroes of the Crusades did that, and also saved entire settlements, erected the war stones. Their actions kept the lands of Mendiv safe for decades. That's what I want. My dumb, short life to have meant something. You think I have an exaggerated opinion of myself? No, I do not. I am the last person to think you have an exaggerated opinion of yourself. Some scaly freak crawled out of the caves and wants to take control of the ward stones and flaunt Iomene's banner. Any fool can charge the front lines of the demonic armies and die there. What good will that do? I want something meaningful, you know? Even if I have to pay the highest price, especially if I have to pay it. There are plenty of worthier people who need to survive this war and tell everyone else what nutcases we were. Alright, thank you for your answers. So long. Let's look behind this tree.
Let's see
So
what we
weird
can do.
camp. Anyhow, you probably have nothing to say. Ah, boy, there you are. Very good. Just in time. You'll be delighted to know that I need you for an experiment. Still, the Grey Garrison stands roofless. Demons are running for the hills with their tails between their legs. Mendev's queen, what's her name? It's on the tip of my... Yes, Galfrey, is scurrying to and fro, and all this is somehow connected to you, my loyal follower. Thus far, there is no scientific evidence of your exceptionality. Oh, don't even remind me. If one discounts blind faith and divine intervention, which I do, we, people of science, refuse to believe in the inexplicable without any proof. We are the ones who explain the inexplicable. Neo punctuated her statement with an energetic sweep of her arm, and therefore, open your mouth and say, ah, for me. Why? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to study you. Come along, don't stand in the way of science. Sure, why not? Then Neo peers into your mouth with a practiced eye. Alright, your throat's fine. Tongue looks perfectly normal. Your breath, she sniffs. The smell is in line with the regular function of the digestive system. Now for your teeth. She sticks one hand in your mouth and probes each of your teeth in turn with the skill of a seasoned dentist. Detectable alterations? By the way, did you know that many individuals, while being wholly civilized representatives of their races, still have an amazingly powerful bite? As if suddenly recalling something, and then Neo probably pulls her hand out of your mouth. Yeah. Are you really trying to find a correlation between fang length and civility? Neo seems slightly embarrassed. For the good of science, I'd look for correlations everywhere and in everything. How can you prove there's no correlation if you don't bother to look for one? I don't say nothing. Moving on. Alright, what do we do next? Ears. Let's check your hearing. Scene. Neo yells right in your ear and nods in satisfaction as she observes your reaction. Your hearing is fine. Was fine. But don't worry. It's scientifically proven that it should return to normal soon. Next, Neo circles you. Eyes are clear. Posture is satisfactory. Limb length is standard. No lice. She stops, rubs her chin in contemplation, and in a slightly dejected tone says, Boy, you are the picture of health. It's a pity. I was expecting to find some anomaly. Well, now let's assess your mental state. Imagine a hypothetical situation. You are a tree. 2 squirrels have found their way into your hollow and are now copulating there. What do you do? This is the joke I was about to make. I'll do precisely nothing, because I am a tree. An unconscious act of withdrawal along with a lack of trust in your own abilities, or perhaps just a healthy dose of pragmatism. Yeah, that's exactly the joke I was going to make, is that I'm a tree. What am I going to do? On to the next question. Another hypothetical situation. You are a tomato. Oh, I can't dance. You have just been picked from the vegetable patch and put into a crate. You know that today the cook will use half the tomatoes from your crate to make soup. What do you do? Let's just stay on brand. If there's nothing I can do, I'm a tomato, remember? Unconscious active withdrawal, an ability or unwillingness to see something bigger behind something small. Alright, I understand. On the surface, it appears you don't really believe in your ability to change things, but in fact, you are a strong pragmatist who knows perfectly well what you can and can't do. Your reasoning is that of a mortal, one who's capable of achieving a great deal, though he would deny even that. On that note, I deem this experiment complete. Thank you for your participation. And Neo looks at you pensively and then gestures at you with a wide sweep of arm. And yet you remain a puzzle to me. I love puzzles. One of these days I will solve you completely. Unless I forget. Now, I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. No, that's okay. I have to go. Nope, box. First aid kit. Yeah, we'll take some goods. Alright, I guess we still would have the golem with us, huh? 'Cause I guess I can carry stuff. Ember. Ember's bobbing her head and humming a tune. She greets you with a carefree, cheerful smile. Her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. How are you handling your new abilities? Abilities? The girl tilts her head to her shoulder. What are you talking about? Oh, the tricks you learned when the big gray house blew up. They're funny. Thanks for teaching them to me. What do you think about the whole Knight Commander army situation? The elf focuses her wandering gaze on your eyes, smiles and shakes her head. Don't believe titles. All of us in the world are children of the street, barefoot, hungry, scared, a step away from death. Some imagine they're strong and rich, like gods. But don't forget who you really are, behind the title. Yeah, no, I don't think we're struggling with that. If anything, we're overcorrecting. Alright, well, I will go. Guess box. Glitter dust. Yeah, it's a saving throw. We're gonna really scroll the saving throw around. Find solution. Yeah, sure. Why not? Some diamond dust. This camp has way too much loot. It's just too much. Too much loot. Like, if I were someone who hoarded loot, this place would cripple me.
I can handle it.
He can handle it, though. Don't worry. It's like, I guess I go to, like, the exit. Except, no, we didn't talk to Woljif. Hey, Chief, want to talk? What do you think of the new powers? Woljif pauses to think from his chin. You mean what you did back there? I have a few ideas. We continue to P-Tax underground arena to fight. Give you a scary name like Swift Sting or something like that. Give you a great cover story. Enemies burn down your house. You're avenging your dead family. Public eats that stuff up. You'll wear a shiny, eye-catching outfit, or a black one if you like black better. We'll split the prize money 60-40. 60 for me, of course. You know, arranging fights isn't easy. These people are tough. I'll be taking more risk than you. After we get set up in P-Tax, we'll tour different cities, make some real money. What, you like the sound of it? Any other suggestions? Woljif grins, his yellow eyes lighting up. I got one more. Have you heard of Razmaran? It's some land in the River Kingdom ruled by King Razmir. A friend of mine used to live in Razmaran. He got out of there as fast as he could. Long story short, this King Razmir of theirs is a god. His people under his heel, they're all terrified of what he might do. He sits on his throne wearing some white mask, giving power to anyone. Come and take power from me, he says, so long as you believe in me. Woljif quickly checks that no one is eavesdropping. But that friend of mine, the one who fled, is a half-sister on his old man's side, who was a cook in the castle and a washerwoman who the cook plays cards with in the evenings told her a juicy rumor. Or it is, Razmir isn't a real god at all, and he's got no powers. So here's my point. You do have powers. Pretty scary ones, too. We'll find some shabby little kingdom, I'll start some rumors, you'll show off a few tricks to wow the locals, and that's it. We'll make you a deity. But first, I want you to put in writing that I'll be your chief advisor. I'm not doing anything just on the nod. I've been there. People promise you mountains of gold, and then when it comes to it, they're all, get lost, or I'll set the dogs on you. So do you like the idea? It's an interesting idea, but I need to think about it. I'm not gonna, like, shut him down. Revik isn't gonna shut Woljif down. Sure thing. Think about it. Just call me if you need me. We'll discuss it. Sure thing, Woljif. I am less concerned. Who's Mysterious Elf? Okay, that's just a thing that's happening, I guess. What was that all about? Does the blacksmith have a shop? Oh, thank God. Can I sell? I can't sell, like, from my stash, can I? I'll do selling off camera at some point. We're not gonna worry about it right now. Boy, we have access to lots of cold iron, though. Whoa, I didn't mean to click that. Cold iron, masterwork, spiked heavy shield. I love it. Alright, so I think... First off, I think if we save and not have to go through all of those conversations again...
Can't make the demons wait.
Yes, the way out is here. I assume we have a similar... Right, we have like an actual cleric now. We have to keep Wooljiff. A, sneak attack. B, traps. C, wit. I mean, we just got her to increase DC for her hexes, and her sleep hex is so good when it works. Double healing would be great, but I can't give up Sela. And it won't let me not bring Revig. If we have Darren with us, I think we can go do his manor thing. I guess the cleric sits back for now. What are we looking at? Campsite, we need to go hit up. Have Sela with us. Alright, so I see I want to do. Okay. Now control armies on the global map. Oh my god. Winning battles against enemy forces provides a number of benefits, such as resources to help your economy, relics which can be turned into powerful new items for your party, captured enemy fortifications that previously blocked the advance of your party and your armies. These fortifications can be rebuilt into forts for your own troops. Enemy armies differ in their strength, which is displayed as a number next to the army's name. By hovering over the enemy army, you can learn more about its composition and the reward it is guarding. You can switch between party management and army command modes by clicking the banners at the top of the screen. In army command mode, you can select armies by either using the panel on the left or clicking the figures on the map. Much like your party, armies use roads to move around the map. To move, an army must spend movement points, which can be restored by resting for 1 day. So that's Canebras. Oh yeah, there's a level 1 demon army. If I click on it, I can see. It's over. Oh, I love Might and Magic. Finance points 600. Expand. 15 cultists, 5 cultist fighters. Reset starts the maximum number of units that can be in the army. Okay. And we have 100 footmen. Which have AC 14 and a +5 on their short swords. So, well, we got them a number, but they're slightly better quality than. Let's zoom out further. I want to see, like, what kind of map are we dealing with here? Okay, so is that where we're. Oh! Balors? That's just a thing, I guess. Cool. Is that just way up there? I hope we're not on like a. I hope we're not on a timer. Crusade morale affects recruitment growth, resourcing the morale of Crusader armies. Each point of morale above 0 increases the growth of trainable units and resources income by 1%. Let me check over Demon Army. That's 4 days to the time and a victory stays green. Each one on the road to Dresden. I assume this is the road to Dresden, the one with all this stuff on it. Yeah, there's Dresden. Wow, there's a lot going on. Okay, we can in fact see everything. View. Let's go check out the Hound Hearts camp. The path to this location is unknown. Oh, I have to, yeah. Oh, it leads straight to the. Okay, I guess we go further up the road. Fine. We'll just grab the cleric. Go do the cemetery. Where nothing bad will happen, I'm certain. We'll just go there, talk to some people, everything will be great. Yeah, Darren can sit this one out, take this guy. Not gonna bother even looking at his equipment. An elderly man limps toward a grave and clumsily throws a handful of soil inside. That wasn't fair. They were all so young, they had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves, and an old cripple like me still lives. An elven woman with her face bathed in tears steps up to the grave. She whispers, "The painting, it burned like everything else in the house. Nothing left for me to remember you by. Nothing." The young man throws a handful of soil into the open grave and stands beside it for a while, lost in thought. Finally, he sighs and steps back. That animation does not help sell the mood. Celestial throws a handful of soil into the grave in front of him. He takes a breath and prepares to speak, but it seems that he simply cannot find the right words. Clark wipes his tear-filled eyes, gathers his resolve, and says in a gentle voice, "I wish you a warm welcome in Shaylin's realm. We will win this war, I swear to you. We'll banish this ugliness and evil and make the world richer and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure anything like this breaks into sobs mid-sentence, then falls silent without finishing his declaration. Thank you for everything you've done for us." Celestial's too absorbed in his grief to hear you. The other mourners nod in approval, wiping their teary eyes. "They were good people. Can't believe they're gone." "What is that?" Nelvin shrieks in horror, disrupting the atmosphere of silent mourning. Her trembling hand points at something moving inside a grave. Suddenly, a corpse climbed out of the ground, wafting a horrible stench from its rotting body. No one could have known this would happen. "It's a zombie! Run!" "Don't run. I can't protect you from other stuff if you all go running off. You better get somewhere safe." Yep, see, now that happened.
We won't fall here.
If only
I
we had
swear
been able
it.
to do anything in the minute it took them to get off screen. If you move a little bit, you can get a burning hands on these guys. Nice. Can I really not reach him, or is he blocked or something? Oh, zombie lord. Oh, these are zombie lords. Hey, look at that. Okay, just like that. Okay. Yeah, I didn't reach him. I really. Oh well. Okay, so I'll just shield their lords. So yeah, you can turn on dead, right? Let's miss. Double prayer. Prayer like the +1 spell, right? Yeah, okay. Unbreakable heart. I mean, that's Shame, I don't really see that working here. Now positive energy, heal living. But no, like, turn on dead? Not really familiar with, like, this. Yeah, just get animate dead. I love it. Let's see his abilities. Channel positive energy damage on dead. That's kind of like. Equal to 1d6 plus 1d6 points of damage for every 2 cleric levels beyond first. So we are looking at 46 total damage. And what's his heal living? All creatures. Yeah, I mean, it's the same. It's the same formula, but it would also heal friendly. So I don't see why you would use channel positive energy damage on dead, unless as a separate uses per day. And does it? I don't know. Both have 7, so let's do a test. I bet they're the same count. They sure are. Really messed up that zombie, huh? Oh yeah, what's he got going for his inventory? Leave. Big crossbow. Yeah, well, yeah, we got some stuff for you, guy. Oh, look at that, went straight for Revik. What's this wisdom damage? Why do we wisdom damage? Must have been from the big fight of the demons. Yep, defensive spin, yep, everything looks good. Let's punch. He's so bad. But that was that thunder thing that did the damage. Yeah. So already getting returns. You can't reach it. Wow, really? I just murdered this one. Already getting those returns. Good investments on Seele and Revik. You can always count on them to miss attacks. Remember, your sleep is not very helpful here. So get your mage armor on. Okay, we'll move over to him first, I guess. It's mage armor on Revik.
Yes.
The next, you can just start plunking away with a crossbow. Or if we can get a nice shot in, we can see about getting
You crossed the wrong mongrel.
He's still good. Yeah, just start shanking.
Cover me, all right?
How's that a sneak attack?
Begone, fiend!
Because Sauciel has reach?
Damn you!
I'm gonna drop this one.
Take you!
Okay, that's not great. Ember, we need you to get a little away here.
Surrender or else!
Nailed it. Come on.
You won't survive me.
Everyone hates Revik.
zap you. Why not both?
But no, that hasn't changed. Okay, now we can do positive healing. Okay, but does that not say every creature? All creatures. Okay, well, I'm so happy that the game just flat out lies. Everyone loves that.
Are you still here?
Man, once River can actually like hurt stuff, won't that be? Won't that be crazy?
My blade. Too late for apologies.
Endure this.
I forgot what ability we gave Lon, but it's doing some work. Isn't it like an explode when he kills something, or cleaving shots? Well, yeah, each time you do critical damage, ranged weapon attack, or just target a 0 hit points, you deal your weapon damage to all other enemies in 10 foot. Oh, Lon, you're so good.
Distract them from me.
Fall. Good guys always win.
Revik, you just cannot. You cannot find anything that doesn't resist you. The heavy heart, Saucio looks at the corpses of his friends, returned to rest by his own hand. What is this twisted mockery? Who could possibly... Wait, what's this? Ben's now recovers something from the ground. Take a look at this. Saucio hands off a black onyx gem to you. Once precious, the stone is now covered in cracks, falling apart in your grip as you examine the engraved Minotaur's head, the unholy symbol of Baphomet. The cleric's voice, perplexed at first, fills with rage as he speaks. Cultists! Simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. No, they had to come to the funeral and desecrate their graves. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Thank you. I'd already said goodbye to them. Seeing them again in that form, Jalen as my witness, it was not easy. Wait, the townspeople fled the undead without knowing they have a traitor among them. Wherever they are, they're in great danger. We must find them. Yeah, go figure. You're telling me this wasn't just a quick show up, you know, have a funeral, and we leveled. Hey, that's actually tremendous news. Are we what? Level over 6. Oh. Yeah, best bonus fee. Is this where we get? Yeah, we got cold iron and silver strikes next level. That's gonna be huge. Yeah, so let's level up monk. Go figure. Yep, just everything you've been doing. All that. That's the display. Your skill with your weapon for enemies. While wielding the weapon in which you have weapon focus, you can perform a golden show of prowess, make a persuasion, intimidate check. Moralize all foes in 30 feet who can see your display. That's... He's not bad at persuasion. What's our current form do? Yeah, 1.5 times your strength bonus on the damage roll for your first strike in a given round. And Dragon Ferocity is all our strike damage roll by additional 1/2. Will double your strength bonus on the first attack and 1.5 times on your other attacks. It's a critical hit or stunning fist against an opponent while using it, they're also shaken. Yeah, no, let's get that. It's just a better style. Because he doesn't really need the +2 on saving throws at the moment. It hasn't really been a big deal. Being able to expand his damage a little bit across his attacks, and being able to shake and to shake it on a crit. It's pretty good. So yeah, we'll take that. Key power. True strike. Yeah, he could really use that. Scorching ray could be nice. It's not like everything's gonna be fire resistant or immune, but bark skin. It gives an enhancement bonus to their existing natural armor bonus. How long does that last? 10 minutes per level. That's not bad. Does my caster level? I assume my caster level increases as my monk level does. Yeah, no, we'll take bark skin because it enhances. Oh, it grants a +2 enhancement to natural armor bonus. Yeah, we'll still take it. Maybe I'll get something that doesn't do natural armor. But yeah, we got extra attacks now. Oh, yeah, I get an extra attack at level 6 as a monk. That's nice. 10-5. Solid. I want to check if he actually has any... I'm pretty sure he has a natural... Yeah, +2 from the amulet natural armor. Yeah, if we get to a point where we can have another amulet for him... or we just can give this to someone else because he can do bark skin and I don't use the key points for anything else. Yeah, we have some new options. Sela, what do you got going on? So we got Gills. Actually, were we even doing persuasion? Doing perception. Yeah, just keep up on your perception. We need more perception. Oh no, we were also trying to get athletics up to try and get her. I mean, Lon's got a bunch for we need it for like party rolls, but in case she needs to do it while she's in armor. So Mercy. She can remove different. Okay, yeah. Let's have her be able to get rid of diseased. That's a no-brainer.
Always be ready.
What do you got going on? How can you outshine Revik even more? Let's give you speed so that you can always make sure that you've got distance with your bow if you need it. Actually, probably fine. Let's give him a Scorching Ray. Or I can give him also Bark Skin, and he can give himself natural armor bonus. Give him a Scorching Ray. Improved Precise Shot. Nice. Mini Shot. Stack fires 2 arrows. Attack hits. Both arrows hit. Apply percent-based damage. Damage only once. Good shot. You power waste time this round at your highest bonus. Doesn't he already have? Is that archery gives him a thing, right? My headset's young, that makes the batteries low. I thought we had like a thing, but you know, let's get a rapid shot. Why is it saying it's not recommended? Can he? scroll this up and down or anything. I don't know why that wouldn't be recommended. Because he's incredible. He's got a rapid shot, he's got deadly aim, so he's taking, you know, like a -3, but we'll see if that matters. Right, let's just move his main archery toggles over there. Liv, what you got going on? Get you your skills. Some Arcana. What we got? We got 2 spells. Man, that'd be great right now. From alignment communal. And we got Saucio for stuff like that. Hurricane bow. Personal. It'd be great if we could like cast that on Lon. That'd be so busted. Friendly creature within touch, become visible for a short time. I mean, invisibility is solid. And right up his alley. Great Pit is great. Let's get him Blur. Call that good.
Sod is restless.
Ember.
I wonder why.
Some Arcana, some Nature. Actually, she's really good at Persuasion. Actually, we need someone doing Nature. So, Hex options. Which is cast. Yeah. Plant. Right, switch plus 2 natural armor bonus to AC. Her AC is gonna be so low anyway that just won't matter too much. Aura of Purity. I think we need to go Aura of Purity. Season healed poison, noxious gas effects. Because I mean, that's dretch aren't the only thing that are going to cause noxious gaseous effects. So we're taking more of Purity. 2 spells. Deep Slumber. We have a yep affects 10 hit dice of targets. Then I don't care. those so quickly become useless. We can get Stinking Cloud, but demons are immune to poison anyway, so who cares? Remove Curse. Hey, let's do that one. I like that one.
I will lend you my aid.
Saucy has a mythic path stuff to do. Let's give him abundant casting or boundless healing. Yeah, we'll do boundless healing first, then we'll get him abundant casting at some point. I suspect he may very well take over Darren as our primary healer, in case Darren's side quest goes poorly. But my headset's dying, and I've got this for an hour and 40 minutes, which, you know, unfortunately was largely talking to people, but, you know, we gotta get this Chapter 2 situation figured out, and we got to mess up a bunch of zombies, which still bullied Revik, because, well, that's how he is. So we will go save those, well, actually, we don't know that they aren't all cultists, really. They could all be traitors. That's a tyrant possible. We'll figure out the cultist situation and deal with more zombies, I assume, since we saw them run off screen next time. See you around.